You're listening to the Noon 15 podcast. I'm your host, Dan Cole, and I'll take you behind the scenes of Noon 15, an independent band writing, performing, and recording original music. This season, we'll talk about the band's sophomore album, Finish What You Started, and get the story behind one song per episode, as well as the ups and downs of working around day jobs, babies, and band shakeups here in Ithaca, New York. At the end of each episode, you'll hear the song in its finished form. Thanks for listening, and welcome to Noon 15, the podcast. And on now to Scared 2.
But I didn't, and I don't, and I won't because I'm scared to. No, I didn't, and I don't, and I won't because I'm scared to.
Another one written by Mandy Goldman, and another one we've been hearing at shows for a while now. How long does this go back for you, Mandy?
Oh, was it 2018?
I want to say early 2018 because I think of this one as being like the first new song we brought to the band after Phil joined, which makes it a fond memory for me.
Yeah, I think we started playing it in like spring, summer of 2018.
I didn't have that much to say. I didn't have to, but I did it anyway. Guess I could I could do something, but I didn't.
Yeah, we've been playing it for a while.
Gorgeous song. I've thought that ever since the first time I heard
thank
it.
you.
Did it kind of have that feel all along in your head like you're walking on a beach?
A little bit. So I wrote this song after listening to a lot of Soccer Mommy. She's incredible.
I have
Please,
no idea what that is.
everybody listen to her. She's a solo artist. She's like an indie kind of alternative songwriter and band leader. She just has this really kind of plain spoken way of singing and of songwriting. And I was like, oh, songs can be. It was in that summer I listened to a lot of Soccer Mommy and we saw Tom Petty, I think.
Yeah, or we had seen Tom Petty the summer before.
It was like, oh, songs can be really, really, really simple. But her music is also just like really textural. And I was like, what if the emphasis in this song were not so much on, form as texture?
And Joe, I mean, you obviously play a huge role in all the texturing that's going on here. Did you do much to explore effects or anything, or like kind of once you heard it, you knew what you were going for?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it's kind of like what I usually do. Yeah, I think I kind of had a basic idea in my head when I first heard it and just refined it from there. And then as the song really started to take shape, it became the few little extra things I did became more and more obvious that they needed to be there.
This song kind of just came together like that. Like, I feel like everybody just played a thing or sang a thing and we were like, oh yeah, that's the right thing.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of like rearranging or discussion or whatever. It just sort of happened.
Everything just kind of worked with the song.
This is one of the earlier songs where you came in playing it on the guitar, which is different than what you had written, with me or with Joe for the volume one and other stuff.
Yes, these are the first like music and lyrics.
This and Easy. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So they're like, these are the first songs that I was like writing on guitar where I wasn't like trying to like bringing it to somebody else in the band to help me voice it. So they also kind of had established grooves a little bit with acoustic guitar.
I'm scared too.
and so like there was the rhythm was there already, so it was sort of a natural. I don't remember Joe doing anything other than those, working out the lead parts,
Yeah.
Also, I think Phil's little something.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was in the wrong key.
Something.
I think that's it.
That sounds right.
I think that
Something like that.
Kate, I think that he just came up with that on like the first day that we brought in the song too.
Yeah, because we were like,
Yeah.
oh, you're going to learn all our songs and we'll bring in some new ones. Oh, and you can sing too, right? That's good because we're going to make you sing.
We were like,
Yeah,
"But
you
sing
could
a
say
fourth
that.
part in this song. It's gonna be like ba ba da da.
Yeah.
Did you learn it? Okay, quick, we're running it. No, I was gonna say, Phil, like we've played that mix for like just a couple of people, and people are like, "Oh, I love that something part." Everybody's like, "Oh, what a Somebody was like, "What a haunting vocal." I was like, "Yes,
That was another one
it's all
that
Phil Shea,
Thank you.
Shea Butter."
we set up the outdoor nature vocal booth for Phil to do that part, and Phil was joking when he came over to do it. He's like, yeah, because no one else in this band could have just done that part. But I think it's like one of the hooks of the song, and I was listening to it after we recorded it, and I'm like, he sounds like John Lennon. And then I ran the vocal through the Leslie, so it sounded more like John Lennon.
Something.
And Sam, that takes me right to another point, actually, is like kind of mixing this and playing with the effects and trying all the different things and running a vocal through the Leslie. Like, it's awesome, right? What can you say about all
it's
that?
a treat. I love it. It's
Sounds
so much fun.
good. Every time I listen to the song again, I was like, I feel like Sam made a little sound universe in this song. It's so beautiful.
Well, it was especially after we figured out, like, sometimes it's like you can get the song sounding kind of good, but you have to figure out like what's the vision, like where does it live as a track. And I think it was like, after my first like round of mixes went out, Harry was like, hey, maybe the bass could like have a little more low end. I was like, well, I'm not sure, but let me see. And I was like, oh, it sounds like the Beatles if the bass is really big and round. Got it, like that. Even though there'd already been like, oh, that vocal sounds like John Lennon. I that was the thing that I was like, oh, the bass can like be big and warm and envelop the whole thing, and the drums can be bright and snappy, and then the guitars can be all dreamy, and it's Strawberry Fields Forever. And I got it, like cool. It felt complete then, and I was like, I just knew what everything needed to sound like. It was just a matter of getting there from then. It just did it. It led me there. So that's cool when that happens, when it's not like, what can I do to make this sound good? And
Right.
it just tells you what it needs.
The structure was already there. Yeah. I mean, the way the harmonies come in and everything.
Say something, say something, say something, say something.
And Phil, I mean, in this really spacey song that's all just about all this other stuff going on, you are just active and precise, all over the place like that. Is that almost necessary to kind of keep the rest of it together,
Yeah, on this song, it's when I listen back to it now and kind of recall what I was like feeling and thinking, when we were kind of coming up with the parts and playing it in the studio, I almost wanted to like be behind the click, so to speak, just slightly, and really let the drums kind of sit back a little bit, And I feel like that feel is really good in there, and I'm not playing much, and there is a lot of space, and I just wanted to have that feel. And most of the times when I'm coming up for drum parts in music, it's more based on the feeling. It's like, in other bands I'm in as well, I usually ask like, what's this song about, and what are you feeling? What is the feeling that this song is trying to get out there? And just like, that's kind of where I approach, with the drums. So
Yeah. And I've never been great with lyrics and that kind of thing. Like, what is going on here, Mandy? What are you scared to?
It's a lot of things. Like, I feel like it's like a social anxiety song, pretty much. Like, it's for all the times when you said something you wish you hadn't said, or you didn't say something when you wish you had. And like, that kind of stuff just really haunts me. And like, that's what, like, that stuff will literally keep me up at night. So that's like the kind of feeling that I had for this. Like, I literally, I think, wrote this song at 3 a.m. or something. So I just always kind of had that. We have like tree verb on the out here in the wilderness. It distracted me. Yeah, I kind of always wanted this song to have that, like, those moments socially that like plague you, that like it's so silly, but it means so much to us. And like, yeah, what if we wrote a song about that? So I did.
Yeah.
I didn't have that much to say. I didn't have to, but I did it anyway.
Also given a credit on this song, which really adds to the whole ambiance of the whole thing, is the Redwood Lane Outdoor Bird and Insect Orchestra. And
Oh, do you want to know? Do you want to know what birds are in our yard? I'll give you a list.
RLOBIO, yeah. Was that just kind of, hey, let's try this?
We were recording Phil's vocals outside, right? So I think I was just making sure the mic was set up, and I was like, oh, all right, there's some birds and some crickets and stuff. I just recorded it, like, hey, just in case. And then when we were putting the mix together, I think I put some of it in at the beginning, or so I was just messing around with it. So when Mandy was like, oh, that's really, like, that's what I had in mind when I was writing the song, like, that sounded crickets in the middle of the night. And so it opens and closes the song. I was just goofing around, just recording the sounds in the yard.
I like stuff like that, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
This is kind of section 2 of 3 that will finish what you started.
Hopefully.
Right? Yeah, right.
And
right.
hopefully soon.
But to that end, I mean, if the world was normal, let's start there. Would it be your plan to continue recording at Sunwood and working with Chris? Or now that you have this set up here, would you be looking to get back to doing a lot of your own?
Yes.
Yes.
I like
yes
all of
to
it.
all of them.
Yeah. It seems that you've worked out a nice relationship, like kind of recording there and then mixing
yeah.
here with his help and all that.
For sure. Well, I mean, it's such a great vibe to his space, and him. It's such a great vibe, and I love working with him. But I've also, since early on in this band, as I've said, like, part of the sort of mission statement for this band was to be our sort of own self-contained music factory, and having the home studio is definitely, I'm very excited to be able to be moving more and more in that direction, where we can just, because we have so many songs, right? We talk about this all the time here, and I want to be able to, like, oh, we wrote a song, well, let's get in, let's learn it, let's put it together, like, let's put it out, but also, like, I mean, I love this space. I love having a studio in our house, and I can't wait till we can all just, like, be in a room together without having to worry about it. And
The
just
studio,
play.
as we speak, is like 20 feet away.
Yes, but we're in
all
the driveway.
cold in the driveway.
Except for Harry.
Self-contained Music
I'm comfy,
Factory
yes.
is album title.
Very good. But we're not gonna. We like working with Chris, and we're looking forward to more collaboration, because that's part of it too. It's like making sure that we make it about the process. So.
I can say that I definitely have, like, for me, it's kind of project by project. Like, but I definitely have some projects in mind that I would want. I think I just want to go to Sunwood to be there and do it and just have the experience, just because it's fun being there, and it's a great experience. So
It's important to have that experience sometimes as musicians where one of you is not engineering it.
Yes.
yeah, it's very luxurious to, like,
Yes.
just be able to kick back and play the music and not worry about the technical aspects.
Like, I
Someone
think
else knew
even
all that.
now we would have still chosen to record this suite at Sunwood, just because we want, for those huge projects, you want somebody else.
Oh, I adamantly did not want to be responsible for recording at the festival.
I mean, at the festival, it has a title now. At the festival.
Yeah, we've made a lot of memories there. We've eaten a lot of potato logs there. Had some stouts there, and some, I don't know, lots
We've
of
gotten-
alcoholic beverages.
Found
and
some milk in the fridge that expired the year before. Before?
It expired a year before.
Daddy,
Daddy, that's a bat. Catch it, Daddy.
catch it, Daddy.
Catch it, Daddy.
You know, help from behind the door, Maureen.
Get out from behind the door, Marie.
Get out.
The more
It's
of
like
this,
McGregor. He's got no legs left. You're tiring him out.
the more of this strong Vermont beer I drink, the funnier you guys get.
Yuck.
The other thing I like about going to a studio is breaking for lunch. I mean, let's not discount that, you know, like
I'm too stern.
when you're at home,
taskmaster.
you're like, you're going upstairs to like make a sandwich in your own house. I mean, you know, that's fine. But, you know, it's nice to go like explore a town that you don't live in
for sure.
with your bandmates and make stupid jokes in front of people that don't really want to hear them.
That every time we go to Share Save, somebody ruins Joe's sandwich. Or
It's a great running gag. I really
takes like an hour.
Listen, guys, I called
Joe just
ahead.
can't have a
Like, I've been
fucking-
calling ahead.
Joe can't
about
just
half
get
an
a
hour,
sandwich.
guys.
Like, all right, who's on break right now? Do
Joe's
they
like,
suck?
I've made a sandwich before. It doesn't take 2 years.
Man, he was so mad. He was so mad. The sandwich took so damn long to come out, and then like he got to the checkout line, and like, what the fuck happened? Like,
They
The
didn't
lady
like
didn't
put a
put a
sticker
price
on it
on
or
it.
whatever. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
They're like, "What is this?" I'm like, it's a sandwich that they made me and gave me. To freaking
And
pay
they're
for.
like, we don't know what price this is. And you're like,
Like-
it's over there.
It's not
It's
my
on
problem.
the board. Just
lady, like-
type it in.
the lady took the phone off the hook to call over in the deli department, and I saw Joe's face just go like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my God.
Just wanted to that's how I get. JP Feature once famously said to me when I was a little ornery at a series of rehearsals, but then got dinner. He said, "Oh, you know, that's the only time in all the time I've known you that I almost lost my shit with you. But then you got that food, and I was like, okay, I get it. You just got to jam a sandwich down his throat. And he's fine."
That's definitely something I've learned in our 10 years together. Sometimes you just got to jam a sandwich down his throat, and then he's fine.
Harry has a similar thing.
You got to jam
Not a
something down his
sandwich,
throat.
Yeah, the verbs are the same. The nouns a little different.
Anything more on Scared to?
Oh, God. No, I think we're through.
I'm going to say one more thing because I say a lot of things. I think, we've talked about how thematically the songs, the Finish What You Started songs are all sort of about confronting fear in one way or another. I really like how intimate this one is. And this is very much about, confronting your own feelings internally. And I think that's a nice balance on the collection of songs.
Well said. With writing credit to Mandy Goldman, she is also on lead vocals and acoustic guitar, Samuel D. Lupowitz on organ, keyboard, and vocals, Joe Massa on electric guitars, Harry Nichols on the bass and vocals, Phil Shea on drums and something vocals, and the Redwood Lane Outdoor Bird and Insect Orchestra providing evening sounds. It's Scared To from Noon 15.
I stayed up listening to you. I stayed up listening, but I didn't want to. Guess I should say something. Guess I should done something. But I didn't, and I don't, and I won't because I'm scared to. No, I didn't, and I don't, and I won't because I'm scared to. I didn't
Thanks for listening to the Noon 15 podcast. Visit noon15.com to subscribe and for more music, videos, and info on upcoming shows. If you like what you hear, tell your friends and leave us a review on iTunes. Tune in next time for another trip behind the scenes with Noon 15.
Typical evening birds include.
Okay, I gotta go, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Harry. Love you.
All right, bye.
Bye, buddy.
No, it's good because really, I don't know shit about evening birds.